Good morning. It's time to call to order the January 27th, 2022 meeting of the Oklahoma City Airport Trust. Our first item is to approve the minutes of the December 16th, 2021 Oklahoma City Airport Trust meeting. Is there a motion and a second? And the minutes are approved. Our next item is the director's report.
Good morning, everybody, and Happy New Year to everybody. Thanks for being here. A couple things I wanted to bring you up to speed on. Is it on?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. All right. Yeah, let me make a little adjustment there. So we started over the holiday season, we did a passenger survey. So we wanted to start to delve into that and see what we were hearing from our customers. And it was an app online survey that we posted a sign in restrooms in some locations around the terminal building. We ran it for a couple weeks, and we had some good results and some good feedback, mostly positive, some negative, just some issues that we're still dealing with in the transition in the new space. But we plan to do more of this probably around the spring break when we have a lot of people in the building and continue to evaluate how we're doing. So, also wanted to mention, I mentioned to some of you already, in the last 2 weeks, myself and some staff, we visited American Airlines and Southwest Airlines in Dallas at their headquarters and had some headquarter visits, and they both went well, and they're happy with Oklahoma City and the market here. Third item I wanted to just touch on is our passenger numbers that we had for calendar year 21. So we ended at about 3.3 million passengers. Compared to 2020, that was quite an improvement. We were at 1.9 million in 2020, of course, based on the COVID impact. Everything that we do, though, always goes back to 2019 to see how we were doing then. In 2019, we were about 4.4 million passengers. So we got to about 75% of our numbers in 21 based on 19. And the last couple months of 21, we were anywhere between 10 and 15% from our 19 numbers. So that gap continues to close. And so those are my items for this month.
Thank you. Our next item is Will Rogers World Airport.
So let me start. Item A, it's acceptance of completed reconstruction Station 2 and replace moving sidewalks. Item B is also an acceptance for aircraft laboratory waste disposal facility. Number 3 is a change order for terminal apron construction in the amount of $16,072 in 21. Item D is a change order with Timberlake, change order for Delta Airlines ops build-out. Item E is a change order, terminal building upper level deck. It's an increase of $4,190.54.
Okay.
Let me see here. F, okay, yeah. That is also, it's a terminal renovation expansion. This is a change order, an increase of $74,791. Item G is a 4-year post-initial warranty software support hardware maintenance agreement for our parking access control system. Item H is a resolution authorizing the purchase of storm-related services at Hangar 3B for storm damage. Item I is to accept a grant from the American Rescue Plan Act from the FAA in the amount of $1,468,141 and $367,035. Item J is authorizing the purchase of elevator maintenance in the amount of $50,000. Item 5, Wiley Post Airport.
Well, before we go there,
Okay.
You've heard the request for approval on item 4. Is there a motion and a second? And the item passes. Okay. Item 5.
Yeah, item 5A, it's resolution approving the authorization for professional services to widen runway 1735 left. And the amount, this is for design service for $683,352.97.
Okay. Heard the request for item 5 for Wiley Post. Is there a motion and a second? And the item passes. Okay, next item is Clarence E. Page Airport.
And the item there, A, is amendment for construction with Rudy Construction Company in the amount of $15,794.25.
Okay. Is there a motion and a second? And the item passes. Okay. Next item is general.
So we have several reports. We have a delinquent accounts is one. Number 2 is the status of the construction projects. Item 3 is budget to actual, and I'll just make a comment on that. That's as of December 31st, so half our fiscal year. And on the expense side, we are about 11% below, and on the revenue side, we're about 11% above. So we're on the right side of both of those items.
Okay.
And item B, resolution authorizing Director of Airports to advertise requests for bids without prior trust approval. Item C is amendment to an engineering services agreement with Guernsey Company. Item D is a project manual for miscellaneous services, repairs, and maintenance, and an authorization for bids.
Okay. I've heard the request for approval for general, or is there a motion second? Any questions? Item passes. Our next item is lease and other agreements.
So item A is an amendment to the agreement with Frontier Airlines. Item B is a ground service agreement for limousine service with Paris Limousine. Item C, ground service agreement with 21C OKC. Item D, assumption agreement and use guarantee for PWA T-Hangar Unit 408. Item E is lease agreement with Linda James. Item F, amendment to number 6 to management contract with First Transit for shuttle bus operations and maintenance services. And item G is service contract for passenger boarding bridge inspection and maintenance with JBT Aerotech Corporation.
Okay. We've heard the request for approval. Is there a motion and a second? And the item passes. Our next item, mine didn't pop up, okay, is the resolution ratifying the action of the Director of Airports and approving the requisition dated January 27th, 2022, and a resolution approving the requisitions dated that same day. Is there a motion and a second? And the item passes. Are there any comments from trustees?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Jeff, I have just received a number of positive comments about the terminal expansion from the public, and so really enjoying that.
Great. Well, thank you for that. Credit certainly goes to staff and to Mark for all that planning and effort over the last 5+ years, and it really
Yeah, but
has come
I
together
found
nicely.
out when I was in office that I was going to take the credit for things I had nothing to do with, because I was going to absorb the blame for things I had nothing to do with. So congratulations on the expansion.
Good deal. Are there any comments from staff? Are there any citizens wishing to be heard? With that, we are adjourned.